Revolving light. Jamie Dornan makes shocking statement. Dakota Johnson and I have never been in love. For years, the phrase Jamie and Dakota has been synonymous with millions of moviegoers around the world. Since the release of the blockbuster 50 Shades of Grey in 2015, the aura they shared as an on-screen couple has kept all eyes on them, not just on screen, but off-screen as well. Every glance they exchanged on the red carpet, every light touch backstage, every compliment they gave each other in interviews, all were translated into a single language by the public: love. And so the rumors began to bloom. Jamie is separating because of Dakota. Dakota is the reason Jamie has a conflict with his wife. The couple secretly dated after filming Hours. 50 Shades is real. A series of headlines that flared up like straw, burning fiercely for nearly a decade. However, on a sunny October afternoon, Jamie Dornan suddenly broke that long silence with a shocking statement on his personal Instagram. It's time for me to draw a clear line between fantasy and reality. Dakota Johnson and I have never been in a relationship. And that's the truth. Within just 7 minutes, the post attracted more than 1 million interactions. The online community was in an uproar. No one expected that the story that seemed to be implicitly understood for so many years was something that had never existed. Misconceptions nurtured from the role. To understand this story, we have to go back to the time when Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson first met at the audition for 50 Shades of Grey. Initially, the role of Christian Grey belonged to Charlie Hunnam. But when Charlie suddenly withdrew, Jamie was invited to replace him. The audition between him and Dakota lasted only 30 minutes, but according to director Sam Taylor Johnson, the electricity between them was instant. Jamie once said, "We had never met before, but when we got in the frame with Dakota, there was something very natural. It was right." That chemistry continued to be portrayed throughout the 3 films. The bold scenes, the intimacy beyond the acceptable threshold of most of the actors, plus the way the two treated each other in real life, as best friends, allies, even protective of each other in front of the press, all nurtured the illusion Jamie loved Dakota. And vice versa, the reality was different. Jamie repeatedly asserted, "I was married and had children before I took this role." But the press did not let go. One major British newspaper once ran a headline, "Jamie Dornan slept in the same hotel room with Dakota for 3 months. Where is his wife?" In response, Jamie just smiled. "I'm sorry if my personal life isn't exciting enough to disappoint those who hope we're in a relationship. I don't want that woman to get hurt by a rumor that's not true." In a special interview with Rolling Stone magazine after the stormy post, Jamie Dornan shared deeply about his decision to speak up. "I stayed silent out of respect for Dakota. I thought denying the relationship could hurt her, or make the audience lose their beautiful imagination. But now it's different. I spoke up because I saw that she was being drowned by that illusion." When asked, "Have you ever loved Dakota?" Jamie answered firmly, "No. I love her, respect her, and am close to her. But I never loved her. That's the truth." Jamie says he once saw Dakota cry backstage over a tabloid headline that suggested she was the other person. The fabrications left Dakota unable to date publicly, and doubted by her boyfriend or friends outside the art world. She once said to me, "Jamie, I'm tired of living in someone else's image. I just want to be myself." That's when I realized, my silence could be a form of complicity, community reactions, supporters, angry. Less than 24 hours after the post, social media was divided into 2 opposing opinions. One side supported Jamie. "Finally, he told the truth. It's not true that acting well means falling in love. They have their own lives, don't force them to live according to the fans' imagination." One side expressed disappointment or anger. You just ruined a beautiful dream. So what was your gaze towards her all this time? What about Dakota? Does she agree with this statement? On TikTok, videos cut from Jamie and Dakota's sweet scenes were given captions like, "Acting so well that the whole world believes it's real." Dakota Johnson's fan page was also flooded with comments asking, "Do you agree with what Jamie said? So it's all fake?" The online community seems to not accept the boundary between emotions in the movie and the truth in real life. Dakota finally speaks out. 3 days after Jamie's post, Dakota Johnson finally appeared in a short video, lasting only 1 minute. In the video, she sat in front of the camera, her eyes calm. "I understand why Jamie needed to speak up. I agree with him. We are co-stars, teammates, and 2 adults with our own lives. The only thing I regret is, it took us so many years to have the courage to say this." She paused for a moment, then smiled. "The love you have for our 2 characters, I appreciate it. But remember, I am Dakota. Jamie is Jamie, and Anna and Christian are just characters." The video ends. No need to be long-winded. Just that, enough to wake up social media. Behind a strange friendship, in a podcast released later, Jamie continued to share. "Dakota and I have argued. We have been angry, but we have never hated each other. We have survived 3 movies where the whole world stared at our every breath. It was strange, but also very special." He told of the time Dakota caught a cold while filming a heavy, emotional scene. She was speechless, shaking, almost fainting. Jamie did not hesitate to shield her in front of the whole crew, asking to postpone the scene. "If I loved her, no, but I would protect her like I would a loved one." Jamie also revealed, after the 3rd film, the 2 agreed not to make romantic movies together again. "We wanted to get out of that shadow, to show the audience something else. I wanted Dakota to be recognized for her talent, not for who she loved on screen." A period at the right time, Jamie Dornan ended the interview with a message to fans. "If you believed in love between Dakota and me, thank you. Really, because at least you believed in something beautiful. But now, I hope you believe this too. Sometimes, a true friendship, without love, is the most precious thing." And that was probably the last time Jamie spoke about this. He closed his Instagram account 2 weeks later, announcing a break from social media. Dakota continued her independent film project, with little media exposure. Both of them continued to live their own lives, simple, scandal-free, and sensational. Their story gradually fades behind the scenes. Like a finished film, the audience still lingers, but in the end, they have to accept, it's just a role.